Hi, Rose.
What a day. One sad person after another.
Rose, you work at grief counseling. What do you expect, comedians?
Well, it'd be a change of pace.
Oh, Dorothy, can I borrow your mink stove?
It's Miami in June. Only cats are wearing fur.
He's a half hour late.
He probably got caught in traffic.
Ladies, I'm on a tight schedule. This is Miami. I've got funerals backed up.
Afraid of the storm. 3 o'clock in the morning, she knocks on my door, crying, begging, pleading to get into bed with me. Just like your father used to do before we got married.
So what did you do?
I told him, you're not getting anything till you put a ring on my finger and a donkey in my father's barn.
Not Pop!
Married, but after his wife died, there was no stopping him.
So?
Well, we could finally consummate our long and burning passion.
And?
It took about 10 minutes. He wore his watch.
Ginned up. Who knows? I could only find one person who spoke English, and he tried to blame me personally for the Bay of Pigs. How'd you get home? I took the bus the other way. That's when I also noticed that they changed the name of the number 10 bus to the number 7. I'm gonna write David Horowitz.
Sophia, I think you got on the wrong bus.
Maybe I did, but I'm gonna write...
Know who he is, Blanche? Santa, how could you?
Rose, this is Ed Kleckner. He's working part-time over at the mall. He's on his break.
Santa is never off duty, mister. As long as you're in that uniform, the only thing that better be on your mind is giving people what they want for Christmas.
He wasn't the only one who was up all night.
You were too?
Yes, I had time to do a lot of thinking.
And?
And of course I'm going to do it.
Blanche, you're a brave lady.
Oh, you really are, honey.
No, I have to. I don't want my sister to die. I want her to live.
Boom, boom, dead. Just like that, in his sleep. 98 years old, no apparent cause.
I don't like hospitals either. They're full of germs. I always hold my breath in the elevators because there are sick people in the elevators and it's such a small space. And once I had to go to the 8th floor in a hospital and...
How much do you think these meals will cost?
Well, that depends. You want something simple or fancy?
We want something cheap.
I admire your honesty.
I admire your chest. I mean, exactly what kind of meal are we talking about?
Father could eat dinner, read the newspaper, make love, give himself a pedicure all within an hour. And he never got up from the kitchen table.
Well, I think the McDowells were delightful.
I did too.
So did I. Oh, I just love to welcome people to the neighborhood.
Really nice meeting you. I'm sure she's all right, but you call me if you need me, and I'll see you tomorrow night. Huh?
Goodbye, Elliot.
Goodbye, Dorothy.
Oh, thank you for being a kind and generous God.
Hit it.
These are my roommates, Blanche, Rose. Please, sit down.
Well, thank you. Well, why don't you begin by telling us a little about yourself?
Well, there isn't much to tell. I'm hardworking and honest, and I'll work for a reasonable wage.
That's it?
All right, I won't go on.
Some stranger's word over mine. I'm not going to stand for this. Not in my own house. I want you out of here.
But you don't mean that. Dorothy, she doesn't mean
I do so mean it.
I'll be out as soon as I can find a place.
Blanche, you can't just throw Dorothy out on the street.
You just watch me.
How long is your cousin Sven going to be staying here with us?
Just a couple of days. On Saturday, he's flying back to St. Olaf to meet his fiancée.
Oh, she went on alone?
No, he's never met her. It's an arranged marriage. See, little Sven's father, we call him Big Sven.
delicious.
Delicious. This is the reason your father and I got married.
Girls, do you realize it has been 8 days since I've had a date?
Do you realize it's been 8 days since I have...
Ah, please. Whatever it is, keep it to yourself.
That's my problem. Making lasagna al forno is like crossing a river. If you roll up your pants, don't be surprised if you find clams nipping at your heels. What you mean by that? How the hell should I know she was a hopeless alcoholic? Here, have a taste.
Ooh. Hi, girls. Tell me, how did the audition for the 50? Finding 2 gray hairs is no reason to eat a whole cheesecake.
I found the 2 gray hairs in the cheesecake. So I threw it out.
Hi, girls. I figured this might happen, so I went out and bought a cheesecake.
Oh, Rose, that's great.
What's really great is...
Doing with your retirement?
Well, Monday, I'm gonna sleep late.
What's after Monday?
Tuesday.
Basically, I'm ready for anything. Today is the first day of the second half of my life. Ooh, I gotta run. I'll see you tonight.
Stu, don't tell me you've never heard of Mr. Terrific. Mr. Terrific's Clubhouse? Every weekday afternoon, 1 full hour on Saturdays?
You don't mean that clown with the kiddie show.
No, he's not a clown. He's a superhero. You're thinking of Bozo.
I'm talking to Bo. Trip is gone.
We can't, Sophia. Charlie Jr. hasn't called me yet to wish me a happy Mother's Day.
No, and Michael hasn't called me yet.
And Janet hasn't called me yet, although she usually doesn't.
All my children called me, except Phil. But I know he's thinking of me. He's just a little short of cash. You also know what a handsome doctor looks like. It doesn't mean you got one.
Sophia, she's right. 3 palm trees.
$10,000. Oh my God, we just won $10,000.
$10,000.
I don't believe $10,000 split 4 ways. That's almost $2,000 apiece. Woman had a heart attack.
It wasn't massive.
Does this look okay?
Oh, fine. A little overdressed for a quiet evening at home.
Oh, Blanche, didn't you hear Rose has a date?
A date? Yes. I met him briefly at the counseling center and he asked me out to dinner.
I was at the Pizza Hut.
Well, there must be something wrong with Rose's date. There has to be. I bet he's an airhead or a mutant or an insurance salesman. Now, that's it. Well, Rose, you and your geek have fun.
You said she wouldn't take it well, Dorothy.
Hi, Rose.
Ernie, I want you to meet my friends. This is Dorothy
How do you
and
do,
Blanche and
Pleasure.
Sophia. Everyone, this is Ernie Faber.
I'm sorry I'm late, Rose. I got tied up in court.
What are you charged with?
Nothing. I'm a corporate attorney.
Damn. So, tell us, Ernie, have you ever been married?
I'm divorced.
Oh, was the breakup caused by your drinking problem?
I don't have a drinking problem.
Were you cheating on your wife?
Is this a Barbara Walters special?
I guess the 2 of you want to get going.
Great. It was a pleasure meeting you all. Good night now.
Have fun. Bye-bye.
You deserve to gloat a little. I deserve to gloat a lot. But I can't. I know what the pain is like, and I wouldn't wish it on... I don't know how to finish that sentence. I usually say Stan. When did it happen?
A couple of months ago. She told me she thought we were no longer sexually compatible.
Looking at houses that may or may not belong to Lucille Ball.
Well, I'm not spending my vacation in New York getting mugged and groped and insulted.
I'll be happy to go anywhere they don't spit on Americans. Why don't you come with us?
I can't. Stan called. He's stopping by.
Oh, really? What's he gonna do, bring me some more flowers?
I was too shocked, and I didn't know how to tell him. And to tell the truth, I don't even know what I want to tell him.
What do you mean?
I mean that I am totally confused about what I feel.
Hi, Stan.
Hello, Stan.
Blanche?
Club. And that's where I first met Eddie, the Aqua Midget.
He was a blue midget?
Don't be ridiculous. He was a diving midget. What was his act? He used to jump off a...
You know, there's an old Italian saying for times like this. Scappa, tu sei malfortuna.
What does that mean?
Get away from me, you bad luck.
Yo, come on. Your Ken is quite a catch, Dorothy. For once, I'm a bit jealous.
What's not to be jealous about? The man's gorgeous. He's got money in class. I couldn't be happier for you, Dorothy. I just want to give you a loving mother's advice. Don't blow it!
How did you do that, Sophia?
The place was packed with old geezers ripe for the picking. I charged them 10 cents a dance.
No, you didn't.
Please, I worked hard for that money. Half the time they'd fall asleep in the middle of a song. How would you like to hold Mr. Morelli up for 2 choruses of...
Hello? Marty, threw your back out putting your boots on? You're in traction? Oh, I guess this means you're going to be a little late? Oh, all right. Well, can you believe that?
Hey, if I want to leave, I'll leave. I'm free, single, and 80.
I'm not going to take no for an answer. You're staying.
I should have known you couldn't make it without me.
You're right, I can't. And neither can Blanche and neither can Rose.
Of course not, Rose. The woman can hardly find her way to...
Gosh, I wish I could afford something pretty like this for my potential car buyers, but I'm having those end-of-the-month money problems.
Commercials, they're driving me crazy.
Hello, where is everybody?
Oh, we're out here, Rose.
Hi.
What's all that?
Weight loss products I have to test for work. You wouldn't believe the length people go to just to drop a few pounds. I heard about...
What kind of guy would you like?
She's not picky.
Yes, I am.
Right, you could circle the globe without finding another Stan.
Look, why do you care if I have a date?
Family honor, especially at this wedding.
What's so special about this wedding?
Dorothy's goddaughter is marrying the grandson of Giuseppe...
No, I just have to work this out for myself.
Why don't you just sleep on it, Rose? I know you'll make the right decision.
Good night, honey. A Yankee from New Jersey. You're a profile in courage, Blanche.
Yeah, clear picture on that.
However, I do know that Jackie O will tie the knot again
Oh,
with...
thank you very much, Miss Dixon. Enjoy the wedding.
Rose, what's the matter?
Oh, I don't know. I'm so confused, Jonathan. You see, do you mind that we... I'm sorry I did that. I guess I was upset.
I understand. I guess this has been a difficult relationship for both of us.
Oh, it's been a wonderful relationship. I'm going to miss you.
Future. Now I'll go home. I'll hurt. But after a while, I'll feel better and I'll go on with my life. If I continue this, I'll end up alone, and I care too much about myself to let that...
They're from my secret admirer, Dorothy. Do you like them? Every single one of them?
No, it just figures.
Oh, Dorothy, you mustn't feel so bad. Well, this is a big day for you, too. A girl always remembers the first time she gets flowers.
Rose's eyes met. Sonny fell into the orchestra pit. Lyle forgot his lines and went into Under the Yum Yum Tree. Except for the reviews, it was a magical night.
Sonny, Bono, and Lyle Wagner. Dorothy, this is an embarrassment of riches. Well, I wanted and they were nice enough to give me a ride home. Oh, by the way, Chuck says yo. Chuck from Arco or Chuck from Shell? Shell. Big Chuck from Shell or little Chuck from Shell?
Blanche, I think you're spending too much time at the full-service island.
then you shall be the queen of the festival of the Dancing Virgins.
Ma, what are you talking about?
Once a year, the women of my village threw a festival to recapture their virginity. It gives you a chance to say to the man in your life, what kind of tramp do you take me for? We had a festival of the dancing.
Oh, Dorothy, a man called for you while you were out.
Finally, now we can break out that bottle of champagne we've been saving. Come on, Dorothy, we might not get another chance.
Oh, sure we will. We can just serve it at the wake.
Now, Rose and her daughter have reconciled their differences, and Duncan Osgood can walk the streets a free man. I guess all's well that ends well.
That's easy for you to say. You're not at the bottom of a lake clutching someone's dickie.
There's one. What do I win?
Stanley, what do you want?
Dorothy, I know you're still mad at me for spoiling our wedding, but I've got some news. Big news, and I thought you might want to hear about it.
You've misjudged me.
Dorothy, I'm seeing a psychiatrist.
Come true if you just believe. All you have to do is believe.
Oh, I do believe. I do believe in sluts. No, what's wrong?
Leap year? Full moon? Oh my God, the curse.
I'm dead.
I am so mad. I just got a letter from back home all about my high school reunion. I didn't know I was going to miss such a good time. Listen to this. Dear Rose, you sure did miss a good time. The precision drill team, we're rough and rugged. We never see doctors. Never. In fact, my great-grandfather once removed his neighbor's appendix, and he wasn't even sick.
Why would he do that?
Let's just say they were playing poker and the stakes got a little high.
Rose, you have been looking pale and drawn the last...
Maybe.
You know, I think he's just nuts enough to actually turn up at the wedding tomorrow.
You're a furry little gnome and we feed you too much.
Oh, Dorothy, good, you're here.
Panic. Oh, you just need a break. Why don't we just wash our hands and have a nice cup of tea? Oh, turn it off. I can't make it stop.
Very nice job, ladies. Who let you in here?
I did. Lucky I...
And high heels. Well, at any rate, I spoke out. And because I did, a lot of other women didn't have to go through the same thing.
You know, Dorothy, you're right. I have made up my mind I'm going to see the dean about Professor Cooper.
Very wise decision.
Mills, go on about your silly concert.
Oh, Blanche, I'm sorry. What can we do for you?
Nothing. I decided I have to do it myself. Since the dean was no help whatever, I've decided the only one who can help me is me. Oh, I'm going to show that Professor Cooper something. Now, if you will excuse me, ladies, I have some tall studying to do. Only first, I think, as a reward for working...
He misunderstood the directions and put it on his linguine instead of in his ear.
I guess if you're an idiot with a hearing problem, you do things like that.
She didn't say it. I read between the lines.
Rose, I wouldn't be one bit surprised if you won that award.
You know, I think you're right, Blanche.
Why, sure. Well, you took part in the walkathon and the bikeathon and the telethon.
At the Bearathon. But who keeps track? Oh, Blanche, I think you have a better chance of winning that award than...
All right. Is everyone all right?
Oh, everyone's fine. We just had a little accident.
Well, we didn't have a little accident. Lily had a little accident.
Blanche, please. I'm sorry. I guess I'm not used to your stove.
Maybe you shouldn't have been cooking on it, darling. Well, somebody could have gotten hurt.
I said I was sorry. It was an accident.
I didn't catch your name.
I'm Rose Nyland, your new roomie. Blanche has told me all about you. Sorry your husband dumped you. You can borrow my bubble bath anytime you want.
That'll help ease the lonely nights. Thank you. much, much smaller.
But bigger than a flea circus.
Tell me, Rose, did they ever shoot a herring out of a cannon?
It anymore.
You mean you can be too old?
Rodents can be, not humans.
Is that a theory or is that based on personal experience?
Both.
Dr. Parks, there's a lizard out on the lanai that's looking awful peaked lately. I wonder if you'd mind taking a look.
Not at all.
Oh.
About the funeral arrangements. We'd like something simple, tasteful, yet
Incredibly cheap.
Let's get down to brass handles. Ladies, I'd like to present to you the winner of the 1985 Crypt and Casket Design Award. Paris is...
My first house didn't cost that much.
Mr. Pfeiffer, we have already told you, we are bereaved on a budget. Now, if you can't accommodate us, we'll find someone who can.
You know, the Avante Supreme is a big seller. That retails for just $3,000.
What do you call this one?
A pine box.
How much? Thanks, Bridget packed a delicious meal and drove me to the country for breakfast. Oh, we took a walk and we picked wildflowers and we rolled up our pant legs and waded in the creek. And then guess what?
Julie Andrews showed up, you all fed deer from your hand, and sang If I Had a Hammer.
Rose, sounds...
And I am sorry about embarrassing you and your friends. But that doesn't change the fact that I slept with Michael.
Oh, honey, I so wanted your first time to be special.
It was, Mom. 4 years...
Don't know him.
Rose, exactly what did he say when you called him?
Well, I'm afraid I was pretty nervous and excited, so I didn't give him much chance to say anything.
But he accepted your invitation.
I told him I wouldn't take no for an answer. Well, I better finish getting ready. Oh.
Howard, could you get me another champagne, please?
Roger, be a dear and get me one, too.
I haven't seen them anywhere.
Oh, my God, Dorothy, what if he turns out to be some kind of depraved ex-convict who's kidnapped Rose and is dragging her across 7 states on a rampage of violence and destruction unparalleled in the annals of modern crime?
Most successful wide-sized shoe store in the city. He's a pathological liar.
I am not.
See?
Oh, who cares? Come on, Rose, we're going to be late.
Oh, Merry Christmas. Oh.
Hello there, tall, dark, and jolly.
It wasn't my fault. We were backing down the driveway, and Sophia told me I ran over Mrs. Stouffer.
And you believed her?
Well, I had to check. Last week I did pin her and her walker to the fence on a wide right turn.
I'll get my shopping list.
I have your shopping list.
Good,
Come
then
on.
everyone is happy.
You didn't come in here to apologize. Why don't you leave?
Why should I apologize?
I'll tell you why, because you're nothing but a backstabbing Judas in sensible shoes.
Well, yeah, well, you know what you are? You're a 2-lira tramp with cheap bridge work.
May you put your dentures in upside down and chew your head off.
Now, why should we take this poor little thing to jail? She hasn't done anything. Just because her parents abandoned her, does that mean we should too?
Being abandoned is the worst. I know, I was almost abandoned.
Almost?
I was 9. It was the last night of the deep root vegetable.
Let's try and stay with us.
Anyway, the last time I surfaced, clutching a humdinger of a yam between my teeth, my parents were gone. Well, frantically, I searched the carnival grounds. I was convinced I'd spend the rest of my days with the bearded lady as my foster mother. And the man who hoses... You know, we ought to go to that all-night market more often.
Oh, why, Rose? They're so much more expensive.
Oh, maybe so, but where else can you get beef jerky and family circle this time of night?
Where else? Shh! Please, keep it down. The baby's asleep.
Isn't this amazing? When the diapers get dirty, the... I'm so sorry Helltown was canceled.
Frank, I'm sorry.
Please tell me that's a Nehru jacket.
No, it's not.
Rose, let's go heat up the lasagna. Come on.
It's like you didn't hear a word I
Well, the town would have gone under if Oslo's most famous hairstylist, Vidal Sasbogadottir, hadn't relocated his shop in St. Olaf because of our more favorable tax laws. Now, you see why I don't like plastic surgery?
Thought my butt is stuck to the chair.
Here, Sophie, I'll help you.
Oh, I'll do that.
No, that's all right, Rose.
But that's what a personal servant is for.
Rose, I'm sorry. I just don't feel comfortable having you work for me.
I do. You want to be my servant, Rose?
Blanche, I'm not talking about big things. I'm talking about little things, like doing your laundry.
You happen to be Popeye.
Hiya, Jake. What can I do for you?
We like the best table in the house.
You got it, buddy.
Oh, this is great, thanks. And we'll have the usual.
All right.
Are you sure this is the best table in the house?
Did you get us butter when you sat down?
No.
And this is...
We'll drink him out of a glass.
Blanche, don't you and Jake have dinner reservations for tonight?
Yes, we do. He's late.
Well, I'm sure he has a good reason. And even if he hasn't, who cares? He is a dreamboat.
You know, girls, these...
Yeah, the ladies are out of the house. The transmitter's working perfectly. I hear everything clear as a bell.
They really did it. I can't believe it. You know, I gotta tell you, Bobby, I had big doubts about this one.
Oh, man, I didn't dare look at it.
Congratulations, ladies. You did a great job.
It's really working.
Bobby, give her the phones. Let her hear.
Oh, I hate to say this, but it was all...
Happy birthday, Dorothy.
I'm sorry I missed that one. I would love to have been there, but I was...
At the home, we know, Mom.
How's the cake coming, Sophia?
Beautiful. I got every...
It kind of reminded me of a party back in St. Olaf when I was a little girl. Big Sven and Little Sven were celebrating the first anniversary of their smoked herring hoagie house. And Big Sven...
I'll get it. It's my cake. Stand back. I'll get it.
Coming.
Thank God you're here. I was a wreck. I was sitting there night after night with Oliver, just lonely as hell. I didn't know what was going on up here. Then I thought, what if I lose her?
Well, there's a lawyer. What are you, one of the Cosby kids?
Boring. I want to watch MTV. Yeah!
We can't watch television. We're on a camp out.
No, we're not. We're in your living room. The camp out was called off. Remember?
Well, the rain doesn't have to spoil our fun. There's nothing we can do.
Travel agent.
No, you don't understand. The last time we went to Acapulco, we got married.
So, the last time I went to Coney Island, I got pregnant. What's your point?
He made reservations at the same hotel. He's wearing my most expensive aftershave. Don't you see? He's gonna pop the question.
I think you're being ridiculous. You're just jumping to...
Rose? Oh, Rose. Honey, did you finally get to sleep? Wake up, I have to talk to...
Ma, I mean it.
Lighten up. I told you before. I only want a license to have, not to use. It's a symbol of my freedom, my independence. Now, give me $50.
What for?
A guy named Paco makes these babies up in his garage.
With you.
Me too. Oh, thanks, girls. Oh, you know, I can't believe this is happening. I was so careful about my finances all my life. I thought that by now I'd have some sort of security. And here I am, flat broke.
I know what you mean. I never dreamt I'd be single and... We're talking about the aliens from outer space.
Oh, those aliens. Get out, both of you.
Dorothy, now have a heart. Rose and I rented that movie Aliens, and it just scared us half to death.
Scared me, too. That Sigourney Weaver's a sweet girl, but she really shouldn't go without makeup.
I don't have time for...
Pizza Boston.
I'm sorry I didn't know who you were, but Charlie didn't like to talk about the war.
I always hoped Charlie and I would hook up again one day, but, well, believe it or not, I never had the occasion to visit St. Olaf.
Really? You mean not even to change planes for St. Gustav?
Oh, you can't get to...
They are just friends.
Sure. And Michael Jackson was born with that cleft in his chin.
Girls, just wait until you see the little number I picked up at the museum basket. Here I come.
Wonderful.
Yeah, so sit down and have a glass of juice with me.
Okay, I will. Ma, you wouldn't be playing a joke on me with this glass, would you?
Of course not.
Of course not. Because, you know, I know how much fun you have playing practical jokes on people.
Dorothy, I told you it's over.
Okay.
Drink your juice.
Okay, Ma, I will. Ma, alone.
Oh, no, don't you leave, girls. Don't you leave. I want my friends here to share my happiness, my enormous happiness. Honey, tell me all about Paris. Where'd you live? Where'd you work?
Where'd you find jeans that size?
Oh, no, Mama, it's okay. I may have lost my figure, but I still have my...
Like Blanche to go to bed at 8 o'clock.
At least not by herself.
Now, Blanche is depressed, Rose.
Do you think she's depressed about Rebecca?
No, Rose. She's depressed because Marblehead Manor is only on once a week.
Why, maybe she's right. We didn't give Barbara much of a chance. First impressions can be wrong.
You're right. I remember when I was a little girl back in St. Olaf. There was this old lady who lived up the street. She never smiled. I mean, she always looked angry.
Green team makes a miraculous comeback and wins the game. Oh, Blue team, we don't want you to go away empty-handed. You have $400, that's $100 apiece, and you have the home version of Grab That Dough, which attaches to any vacuum cleaner. Thank you for being with us. Room furniture. Retail price for this magnificent prize, $12,000. But that's not what you picked.
Thanks for pointing that out.
You're welcome, Dorothy. Let's see what's behind window 2. It's a brand new car.
Pajamas. Oh, it's not that. I forgot to say my prayers.
Oh, Rose, God wouldn't mind if you skipped a night. He's very busy these days. Most of his free time is spent talking to Pat Robertson.
Hello, God, it's me.
I remember it so well, just like it was yesterday. That night under the dogwood trees, the air thick with perfume, and me with Billy. Or Bobby. Yeah, Bobby. Yeah, it was Bobby. Or was it Ben?
I am so fed up with all of these people, I'm just ready to give up.
Dorothy, you can't give up. You're no quitter. Why, just think of the many times you have been dumped by a man. Did you quit dating? No, ma'am. You sank even lower, scraping the bottom of the barrel, facing so...
What my great job at the day camp is head of arts and crafts. I'll be spending the entire summer gluing macaroni to construction paper.
Dorothy's a high school teacher looking for summertime work.
Really? I might be able to help you out. My producer's been looking for someone with education credentials.
Oh, thank God I can't live with myself anymore. Take me. Blanche. Dorothy, please, stay out of this. I know what's best. Just slap the handcuffs on me. The bed's this way.
You know what's funny? I was supposed to be Mr. Mailman today.
Say that there were two things a lady could never have enough of. Lace handkerchiefs and gentlemen callers. Maybe next Mother's Day I'll bring you a gentleman collar. You want to go in the dining room, have some tea? Not right now, darling. Looking more handsome than I've ever seen him. Oh, black motorcycle boots. Skin tight Levi's. A match in his mouth. And a white t-shirt with the sleeves rolled up to reveal his brand new Woody the Woodpecker tattoo.
front lawn and singing songs and dressing up in bed sheets. Of course, coming from Chattanooga, he wasn't familiar with the custom. He had a heart attack. He spent most of the summer in intensive care. Either that story is actually funny, or the batteries are going in and out in my hearing aid. Rose, I want you to know that I think it's very sweet that you're keeping an old lady company.
I am. I'm fighting a losing battle. You're younger, you're prettier. In the end, he'll choose you, and it'll break my heart. He's yours, Blanche. No hard feelings.
Oh, Sophia, wait. Why don't you take Fidel? I have all those other boyfriends.
Okay,
Oh, Blanche, not until you know the reason why I keep telling you that I can't sleep with you.
Ma, listen, maybe watching some TV in another room might be a good idea.
Fine, Dorothy, but keep the volume down.
It's all right, Dorothy. It's already out.
That was the worst night I've ever spent in bed with a woman in my life.
Wait a minute, Ham. Are you saying the only reason you've kept turning me down is because of the bad time you had that night?
Yes. Oh, well, Blanche, this changes everything. Is all that...
Could I ask you, please, for complete silence? Never mind, I thought I heard a radio going next door. I'm trying to catch a baseball score.
Will you please get on with the examination?
Okay. Open your mouth and say, ah. Yep, she's paralyzed.
That's it.
So, what did you think of the apartment?
Too many old people. All those hearing aids interfere with the cable TV. Huh, you want to like...
But this is wonderful news, Dorothy. It wasn't your fault. And with the insurance money, Max and Sophia can build again, bigger and better than ever. Oh, from these ashes, a phoenix will rise. Stronger, healthier, more vibrant, more successful than before.
You see, 10 seconds, nothing happened.
Oh, God!
Ma, stop.
Ooh, suddenly somebody believes me.
Did I hear the bell?
Listen, Rose, do me a favor. Look out the peephole and see who's at the door.
Sure, Dorothy. Gee, it's...
I mean, girls, come on. Dick Kimmel is a dying man. Do we really want to profit from his misfortune? Yeah.
It would be immoral.
We'd hate ourselves. What time's the auction?
8 o'clock.
We better get there by 6.
Some Oreos? Oh, yeah, and a ho-ho chopped up in a bowl of fruit cocktail with heavy syrup.
Couldn't sleep? I'm surprised you didn't try to kill the mayor of San Francisco.
Good morning, girls. Boy, do I feel wonderful.
Hi, Sophia.
Let's roll, Freddie. We got a game to win.
That was really a sweet thing for Sophia to do.
I know.
But if she loses, I'll punch her stinking heart out.
Lambskins are the ultra-sensitive.
2 of them have the lambskins, and the blonde has the ultra-sensitive in black.
Lambskins are $12.95, the blacks are...
Blanche. Rose, listen, I think maybe I owe you an apology. When we were having our argument, I may have said some things I didn't mean.
Like when you said I was a dummy?
No. Anyway, the important thing is for us to stay partners and finish our book.
Oh, forget it. There isn't going to be any book.
Now, what are you saying?
something terrible has happened.
Gee, and everything was going so well up until now.
Look at these programs. Bob Hope's name is still on them.
How did that happen? Who's in charge of the programs?
I forgot.
Oh.
I guess I figured he was gonna come.
We have to make an announcement and refund everybody's money.
Oh, and I guess now is as good a time as any.
Road work while we talk.
Okay?
Immigration, Peppy, immigration. Nobody has to worry about anything. This is the chance of a lifetime. Even if Peppy loses next week's fight, he still gets $10,000.
How is that possible?
It's a guaranteed purse, and for our lousy three...
Strangely titillating. Oh, you were talking to her.
Trudy, how about if tomorrow we play a real game? You know, something that requires real skill.
You mean like midget ice bowling?
I'm talking about tennis, you do. That's because you're hooked on these, Rose. But honey, there's a place for people with this kind of problem.
Please, what is she gonna do in the NBA?
Rose, let us call a rehabilitation center for you.
No, I don't.
You have to do this.
No, I can stop by myself. I can quit cold turkey.
Cold turkey? After 30 years, doing it alone without professional help could be dangerous.
But I won't be alone. I'll be with you. Oh, if you'll just see me through the night, I know I can lick this. Come on, what do you say, girls? Are you in this? Hi, Gary. Come on in.
I just wanted to drop off Blanche's earrings. They must have fallen off in my car the other night.
I'll get Blanche for you. She's in the kitchen.
No, don't do that. Actually, there's something I wanted to talk to you about.
What is it, Gary?
Rose, I find you very attractive.
Tickets? She's leaving me out intentionally.
Rose, they were just misunderstandings. Now you're overreacting.
I guess so.
Oh, these things happen between sisters all the time. I remember once my sister Virginia wouldn't talk to me for a month, all because I smiled at her boyfriend.
There, listen to Blanche.
Of course, I was skinny dipping on his...
I'll see you girls in the locker room.
Vaughn, she's not serious.
Never has been, never will be.
Okay, then you'll need new gym bags, water bottles, vitamin packs, and most importantly, a sports training bra to minimize jiggle and bounce.
Yvonne, honey, I think you're missing the whole point of having breasts.
We'll take them. She has a cramp, you pea brain.
All that money and we only went twice. Can you believe it?
What are you cooking now, Ma?
A Petrillo family delicacy. Double fudge, amaretto, ricotta cheesecake.
What's in it?
This cake is...
Good night.
Oh, shut up.
Yeah, come on, sweetheart. Oh, I know. Here we go. Okay, Cal, hit it. Isn't she incredible? What do you say, girls? Can she stay?
I guess so. All right.
Thanks.
From the ball and her three wicked roommates are jealous.
We are not jealous, Ma. We are angry. You left us sitting in jail.
Hey, I sent over the bail money. You were out an hour later. I think that was just about the time I was nibbling a giant shrimp out of Jerry Reed's hand.
Come on, Blanche. We're going to get you to bed.
But it's my duty to the public. No, I must have it published. It's my duty. Oh, my God, I'm so tired.
Oh, come on. You can sleep right here, honey.
Tell me a story, Rose. That always puts me to sleep. It works every time. Just tell me one of your borns.
No one deserves that kind of treatment, Dr. Budd. No one. I suspect had I been a man, I might have been taken a little bit more seriously and not told to go to a hairdresser.
Look, I am not going to sit here anymore.
Shut up, Louis. No, you're not going.
Why not?
I don't think you should be doing anything as strenuous as going to a sperm bank until you've had that checkup. Too bad.
All right, I'll go to the doctor, but this better be a great sperm bank.
So, I guess we're going? Oh, I guess.
I'm gonna miss you.
I am going to keep one arm around your waist to make sure you don't disappear again.
Dorothy, this is Alfred. He's an ear, nose, and throat specialist. He says he's been looking for love in all the wrong places.
Show you. Look, 10 carats and not a flaw. I brought it today on time. Very nice.
Look, I was thinking, maybe you shouldn't go through with this.
No, I have to go. I've never felt so happy.
I must be psychic. Stanley, why are you here?
We need to talk. Let's go in the kitchen.
What, is this private?
No, I'm hungry. You got any bagels? Hello, Rose.
Okay.
I was getting out. Gee, that's gonna be rough. I bet after 10 years in the jug, he's gonna be pretty short on foreplay.
Come in.
Hi.
Hi. I'm completely lost. Could you run that by me again?
After the lecture, Rose. Just like last week. Now, are there any newcomers here tonight?
Oh, right over here.
Rose, no.
Oh, please, stand up and introduce yourself.
No, I have a feeling you and I are going to be the best of friends.
Rose, there's something we need to talk about. It's about you and Daddy.
I know it seems like a crazy match. A college professor and a farmer's daughter. But somehow what we have together seems to work.
Rose, it's only been a year since my mother...
Dorothy Zbornak, Z-B-O...
Let's go, Dorothy.
Boy, this is creepy. I mean, fake names? Well, honey, it makes sense. People who test positive have trouble getting insurance, jobs. It's terrible. With the whole process. Well, then I'm fine, too. I'm fine. Oh, thank you, God. Oh, I wish you could have told me that on the phone. The last couple of hours waiting were the hardest.
I know. But even people who test negative often need more counseling.
Oh, I feel wonderful. I feel great.
Well, evidently, you had all the emotional support.
It's so soon.
So what are you saying? Marry me and take me away from all this. Excuse me. Hello? Oh, hello, Bernice. No, I'm alone. Well, what do you want? Yeah, sure, I'll sign him tomorrow.
And believe me, it works. I mean, men find her very attractive.
You mean males?
No, I mean men.
Blanche, I need you to take me to the eye doctor. It's time for a new prescription.
I thought Dorothy was taking you.
I don't know any Dorothy.
She's your daughter, Sophia.
I did it in that movie.
What movie?
Lawrence of Arabia.
This flyer that came in the mail says they're going to start a dirty dancing course down at Lawson's Dance Studio. What do you say, Dorothy?
Oh, no. I can't see myself swinging my hips and wildly gyrating my...
Oh, she's been so depressed since she got back from that funeral.
I mean, she lost one of her oldest friends, and even though she made up with Mac, she knows that she'll probably never see him again.
Well, you go and get her. We will try to cheer her up. You don't want that poor little thing getting sick over this.
No.
Mom! Oh, my God!
Dorothy, what is it?
What, honey? Eventually, the Lindstroms took the baby. And the beefsteaks, because that was the deal. They named the baby Rose.
Did you know her, Rose Lindstrom?
Know her? You're looking at her.
The Lord certainly works in mysterious ways. What do you know about...
Did some work on my mom. And do you know who she came out looking like? Raymond Massey.
Rose, that's terrible.
Well, that's what I thought when I accused the guy of malpractice and ruined his business. Unfortunately, little did I know.
Know what, Rose?
That was the... Once Charlie and I actually did it till the cows came home. Of course, I was wearing a bell.
Of course, hence the nickname Ding Dong.
Hey, you're probably right. See, Charlie Nyland. What's the problem, Blanche?
Oh, Rex Huntington, that's the problem. It's 10 o'clock and I've been stood up again. I feel totally unattractive, undesirable, and ignored. Well, Dorothy, you explain it to him.
Well, Blanche feels the way anyone... Am I fat?
Dorothy, I seriously want to know, am I fat?
Well, of course not. Oh, this guy Rex is ruining your self-esteem. Did he say that you're fat?
Not in so many words, but I am starting to wonder whether barrel butt is really a term of endearment.
Oh, it's the brother marrying a gay cop thing, right?
That's a big part of it.
I don't see what the problem is. I think they make a lovely couple. Well, maybe lovely isn't the right word. They certainly make a husky couple. Pretend you didn't hear that. I'll see them all.
It's very sweet.
It's just borrowing it, you know. I'll need it back.
Okay.
You can slip it to me right after the ceremony.
All right.
It's an antique.
Give it to me.
Dorothy, you're trembling. Are you that scared?
Yes, I'm just as queasy as I was at my first wedding, except...
Now, I think I have an idea. Okay? They have 6 delivery trucks. By sheer coincidence, I know 2 of the drivers. I'm not worried about them. They won't show my picture if I don't show theirs. Now, as I see it, of the 4 remaining drivers...
Hi. I hope I'm not too early.
You're right on time. There's something I want to tell you. I'm not the baby's mother. I'm a grandmother.
I don't believe this.
I should have told you sooner.
To be with you, Rose.
But the cheese man is looking for you.
Rose, don't worry.
So, hope I'm not interrupting anything.
You! How did you find me?
Time to say goodbye, buddy boy.
Carl, Miles, as flattering as this is, I don't want you as a cop. In a dress, without a gun.
So basically what you have here is a crossing guard thing.
All right, all you gals are gonna get locked up in a closet. And us boys are going for a little walk.
Wow. Were you overactivity?
Oh, my goodness, I haven't been hugged so much since VE Day. Which was kind of tricky because, as you know, we lost.
Angelo, you're even handsomer than you were your last visit.
Thank you. I've been plucking, eh? See, I got 2 eyebrows now.
Well, luckily, there were some Druid priests who were in town for the opening of Stonehenge Land. They said they could stop it if they could sacrifice the town's dumbest virgin. I don't know why I raised my hand. Sandwich afterwards.
Oh, yeah. I guess sex and food are a big part of our lives. In fact, just recently, last summer or last spring, it's so hard to remember which.
Why does it have to be so hard?
The hardest part for me was explaining to my...
Hello? What? Oh, my God. It's Ma. She's at the airport. They caught her trying to buy a ticket out of the country.
And smell the flowers.
We can't! The sky is falling!
Run that by me once again?
Oh.
A piece of blue sky just fell on her head. The wherefore and why are best left unsaid. But we have a hunch, and it's appalling.
It is terrible news indeed, but it is good luck for all of us that we ran into each other. It so happens I know a shortcut to the palace.
Oh, really?
Yes, through my den. There's a service entrance in the rear.
Oh, thank you, Fox.
Thank you so much.
We'll never forget this. Was the motive all right, but Blanche wasn't the murderer. There's your murderer, Posey McGlynn.
Well, Miss McGlynn, what do you have to say now?
Dorothy Spornak, you've stuck your nose in for the last time.
Posey McGlynn, I charge you with...
Place to rent. Stop saying that. Hey, wait a minute. The city says you can't have 3 renters, but what if we're all co-owners?
Co-owners?
Yeah. You sell us each a share of the house, and we pay you every month like we always have, but instead of paying rent...
Not. We've been going to a therapist together, and he's making some wonderful progress.
Hi, it's me, Stan.
And who's that good-looking monkey with you?
Don't be... Sorry for the interruptions, but I think every 80-year-old in the city has gone berserk.
Hey, what can you say? There were some sick people out there. By the way, will my monkey be okay on my lap, or should I get a chair?
I have a place for your monkeys. A toast.
Okay.
To finality and closure. To husbands being out of our lives and gone forever.
Dorothy!
No, wait, this is good. I mean, don't cry. Why are you crying?
Our husband...
I gotta go limber out.
I'm all Dorothy Good. I need to talk to you. Of course. What's up? Listen, Dorothy, maybe it's me. Maybe I'm just being too critical, but you know how you've been fixing me up with men?
Oh!
Ma! Oh, you haven't had a good... This is your fault. You never take my feelings into consideration. You can't act like this anymore. I can't take it. I won't take it. Dorothy. Dorothy, wait.
Fine. You don't want to take it anymore? You don't have to take it. See how well you do without me.
It's just that I really wanted to come to this restaurant. I didn't mean to eat behind your back.
I was going to take you to a lovely restaurant tomorrow night.
I know. Captain Sam's Twilight 2-for-1 special. Nice piece of perch, your choice of potatoes or rice.
I'll call her brother Angelo. He'll know where she is. Rose, this is terrible. What do you think Dorothy's gonna do? Remember what she was like when you lost her keys?
She uprooted a mighty sequoia. Miles did buy some bikinis, but just the bottoms.
I have been watching Miles for a while, and I think he's going through a crisis. He is showing all the signs, trying to act trendy, trying to be young, and if he's also wearing bikini, make me happy, just when I need it the most. Oh, I can't believe I'm about to say this. Blanche Devereaux has lost her sex appeal.
They're always the last to know.
This explanation's got to be a pip.
Explanation? No, none of those. I just wanted to apologize for tonight and say I hope we can still be friends.
Sure, Blanche.
But there's something I need to know.
You're still mad at me, aren't you?
Yes, I'm mad at you. Every time you come into my life, something bad happens.
Oh, you're right. You're right. You know, I wish we can go back to the beginning, try again, go back to that first apartment. We didn't have much, but we were happy to have our own place.
Those were good times.
I want to be loved by you. alone. But it's like you, just you and nobody else. We can go anywhere and do anything you want on God's magnificent earth.
Boy, you're showing a good mood for a Sunday morning. Uh-oh. Sarah and I can wait in the kitchen if you need a few minutes to say goodbye to Uncle whoever.
No, nothing like that. Well, I thought maybe the three of us could go to church together just like that.
Blanche, you were having sex till you were 92. And Dorothy, you met somebody who couldn't keep his hands off you.
Maybe we ought to let...
And you're my big, crazy, bald skull. I may give you some reason to resent me, but you cannot shake me. I am loyal.
Stanley, you wore a toupee for 27 years.
Oh, what the heck? I do too.
God, I love this man.
Hey, you two. You're not married until I say so. Big smile now. They love me. These people love me. Dorothy and Lucas, will you please join hands? Lucas, do you take this woman to be your wedded wife? Do you promise to love, support,